What's up, everybody? This is Domingo here on Network, and today's Yu-Gi-Oh video I'm going to be doing, guys, I am going to be doing the deck profile. And the deck profile I'm going to be doing in this video is going to be my updated version of my Lightsworn deck profile. So, yep, I'm going to be doing Lightsworns, and this is one of my favorite decks to play. I love Lightsworns, old school nostalgia deck, all the, with the combos and the plays and stuff. This deck is so much fun to play. Just to let you guys know, this is a pure version of my Lightsworns. Not really like a chaos version stuff, because I do got a couple chaos cards, but not all of them. So it's more of like a pure Lightsworn with a little bit of chaos in it, just to let you guys know. So yeah, and of course I'm going to show you guys the main deck and the extra deck, as well as all my card choices and ratios. And also, there's not one but two cards that came out the ban list in the TCG from the ban list we have currently right now. We'll get to that throughout this deck profile. So yep. So let's not waste any time. So without further ado, let's get this deck profile started. So here we go. We're gonna start off with the main deck first, and we're gonna start off with the monsters in the main deck. So here we go. First monster we're gonna start off is the boss monster for the Lightsworns. 3 copies of Judgment Dragon. JD is amazing. Like, this card is so good, man. Of course, JD can only be summoned from your hand, only be special summoned from your hand if you have 4 more Lightsworn monsters with different names. This card cannot be special summoned by other ways, and also he has an effect where you can pay 1,000 life points to destroy all other cards on the field except for JD himself, which that's actually pretty cool, because and also JD is a 3,000 attack point monster. Now I know there are some Lightsworn players that doesn't play JD, and you don't have to play JD if you don't want to. But the reason why I play JD is because there comes a time where I have to go to JD, and you want to use the effect to blow up the entire field and stuff, and then go for game and all that stuff. And not to mention, I know some people play JD at 1. Me, I played at 3. Now the reason why I play 3 JD is because there comes a times where I could accidentally mail the JD from a deck to the graveyard, and then I'll never get a chance to add it to my hand in order to get a free special or something. So that's the reason why I play 3 JD. So it's pretty fun to play. You don't have to play this card if you don't want to, because it's all personal preference. But me, I actually love JD. So it's up to you guys if you want to play that card or not in your Lightsworn deck. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the Lightsworn monsters. Let's start off with the tuners for Lightsworn. We got 3 copies of Raiden, Hand of the Lightsworn, 1 copy of Felix, Lightsworn Archer, and then the 1 copy of Minerva, Lightsworn Maiden. These are the tuner monsters for today. Of course, Raiden, this is a card you always got to play 3. It's one of the best ones, because during your main phase, you send the top 2 cards for your deck to the graveyard, and then during your end phase, you send the top 2 for your deck to the graveyard as well. It's pretty good. Level 4 tuner. Felix is also level 4 tuner as well. Of course, he can only be special summoned by a card effect, can't special summon by other ways. And he has an effect where if this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard with by a Lightsworn monster effect, you could special summon this card from your hand. It also has an effect where you could tribute hand, target 1 monster your opponent control, destroy it, and then send the top 3 cards from the deck to the graveyard. So that's pretty cool, because it comes to times you want to get rid of your opponent's monsters and also get the extra mailing and stuff. And then, Minerva, the Maiden, a level 3 tuner. I play her only because just for the extra mailing, and and also level 3 is a good tuner as well, because if you send her from your hand or deck to the graveyard, you just send the top card from the deck to the graveyard. So extra mailing and stuff. So that's why I play her. So these are the Lightsworn tuner monsters I play, and they're pretty good. Alright, now we're going to go for the other Lightsworn monsters. So we're going to start off with I play 3 copies of Wolf, Lightsworn Beast, 3 copies of Lumina, Lightsworn Summoner, 1 copy of Lila, Lightsworn Sorceress, and the only Twilight Sworn monster that I play is 1 copy of Raiko, Twilight Storm Fighter. So these are the rest of the Lightsworn monsters I play. Of course, Wolf, he can only be special summoned by a card effect. And he's really good. He's at level 4, 2,100 attack points. Of course, if he gets sent from the deck to the graveyard, you special summon him. Free special summon. Wolf is amazing. 2,100 attack point beater as well, and it's really good. Now there comes a times where if you have this card in your hand, but it's not too bad in the hand that much, because you got cards like Twilight. You got cards like not Twilight. I'm sorry, Lumina. To discard it. You have Solar Recharge to discard your beast if you have it in your hand. Goblin Bird, you can special summon from your hand with Goblin Bird's effect. Those are like other ways you can get rid of your wolf from your hand. And Lumina, really good card to play. Of course, her effect, once per turn, you could discard 1 card for your hand, special summon level 4 Lightsworn monster from your graveyard. Lila is pretty good because if you switch it from attack to defense, you know, switch to attack to defense and then destroy one spell tracker your opponent control, which it does come up at times, and you want to get rid of back rows. Raikou, Lightsworn, Fighter. Raikou's pretty good because what he does, you know, when he's normal, flip face up, banish one Lightsworn monster from your hand or graveyard, and then to destroy one card. Well, not destroy, banish one card in the field. And the good thing about that effect is that Raikou's effect, when it banishes one card in the field, it does not target. So there's no targeting on that one. So you could just banish one card and it doesn't target. So that's actually pretty good as well. And of course, some of the Lightsworn monsters like Luminous Light have their effect when they mail, you know, during each of your end phase. Like some of them mail like 2, some of them mail like 3 and stuff like that. JD, you know, just mail like 4, so it's pretty cool because that's how the Lightsworn deck is all about. Because once you mail the decks from your decks to the graveyard, you can get your combos and resources and stuff that you're looking for. So it's pretty good. Alright, so that's it for the Lightsworn monsters. Now we're going to move on to the other monsters that I play. First, I play 3 copies of Goblin Bird. Goblin Bird's pretty good because, you know, it really helped out his deck a lot because it's a good extender. Not to mention, this is a first turn Minerva. This card right here is a first turn Minerva. You know, you normal summon the Goblin Bird, you know, special summon like another level 4, and then XYZ, go for your Minerva in the first turn. First turn Minerva. This card at 3, amazing. Really good extender card. And also, not only for your rank 4 XYZ, but you can use it for link plays, and you can use it for synchro plays as well. So it's really, really good. And of course, it's a warrior, so that way you can search it with reinforcement of the army. So that's pretty good as well. Alright guys, now we're going to move on to the Performance package. And I love this Performance package, guys. So I do play 3 copies of Performance Hat Tricker, 1 copy of Performance Trick Clown, and the 1 copy of Performance Damage Juggler. So these are the Performance we're going to play. And I got to tell you, this Performance package helped out a lot. It's a really good engine to play. Hat Tricker is a really good card because what he does, you know, if there's 2 or more monsters on the field, you special summon this card from your hand. So it's a really good extender. Help you, and it's also level 4 if you want to go for your rank 4 XYZ plays or synchro plays or link plays, and it's really good. Really good card to play. Trick Clown is also another good extender as well because Trick Clown's effect says, you know, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Performance monster in your graveyard, special summon it. But its attack and defense becomes 0, and you take 1,000 points of damage. But it's still pretty good because, you know, you're going to target Trick Clown and special summon it. You take 1,000 damage, but it don't matter because it's a really good extender as well. And also, if you have this card, and let's say you know, if you got this card, and let's say you Foolish Burial it, you get the effect. Or if you or other ways, because there's like other places you can do. Because if you have Foolish Burial, your Trick Clown, special summon Trick Clown, take the 1,000, and then go for them in your combos and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Because remember, Trick Clown's effect, it says sent to the graveyard, so that means you can, you know, do your combos and stuff. So it's pretty good. Damage Juggler, it's pretty good as well because it's a good card to play. Because I mostly use it for his third effect. So he has an effect where, you know, if you banish this card from the graveyard, you just search for 1 Performance monster and add it from your deck to your hand. And he also had other effects where, you know, when a card effect is activated, that will inflict damage to you. Quick effect, you can discard the card and negate the evacuation, you destroy that card. And the other effect is during the battle phase. Quick effect, you can discard this card, reduce the next battle damage that you will take, turn to 0. And of course, you can only use each of these effects once per turn. So pretty good, you know, protect yourself from damaging and stuff like that as well. So it's pretty cool. So, and this Performance package really helps out a lot. I love playing the Performance package. Alright guys, so the next cards I play, I also play other tuners as well. I got 2 copies of Plate Splitter Zombie, and I also play 2 copies of Destiny Hero Malicious. These cards are really good extenders, so they're pretty cool as well. And the good thing about these cards, if you have these in your graveyard, you know, you can get their effects and then synchro summon for your level 8s. You can even go link place, but you want to go for like level 8s because this one, because remember, Placement Zombie is a level 2 tuner, Malicious is a level 6 monster, so it's pretty cool. And I really love playing these cards because, you know, especially when you mail them and you have, you know, at least one of these in your graveyard, and then you can get both of their effects and stuff, and then you can go for your level 8 synchro plays and stuff, so it's pretty cool. So I really love playing 2 of each of these cards. Alright, so, and I also got a couple 1-ups I'm going to show you. 1 copy of Giant Rex, and the 1 copy of Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. Zephyros the Elite is pretty good, you know, basically, If this card is in your grave, you could target one face-up card you control, return it to hand, special summon Zephyros the Elite from the graveyard, and you take 400 points of damage though. But you only use that effect once per duel, so basically you only got to use that effect once. And Giant Rex, the reason why I play Giant Rex in this card is because of Fairy Tale Snow, because it has an effect where if this card is banished, you special summon this card. So that's pretty cool as well. So it's really good. It's a really good extender when by the time you banish this card, Fairy Tale Snow, and then special summon the Rex back. So it's a really good card to play. So that's why I play it. Alright guys, so and now the last two card monsters to round out the monsters is the two cards that came out the ban list. And that is the one copy of Fairy Tale Snow and one copy of the Strudos, the Lost Dragon Refrigerant. These two cards, I'm very happy to see these cards coming out the ban list, and now we get the chance to play these cards. Very happy to see these two cards coming out the ban list, and now they're limited to once, and it's pretty awesome. So if you guys want to know what Fairy Tale Snow's effect does, she has an effect where if this card is normal special summon, target one face-up monster your opponent control, change the face-down defense position. That's a Book of Moon effect. And then her second effect is, if this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you could banish 7 other cards from your hand, field, and / or graveyard, special summon this card. That is pretty cool. It's a really good extender and also a Book of Moon effect as well. So, and of course, one of the cards you definitely need to banish is your Giant Rex. So once you have this Snow in your graveyard and then banish exactly seven of your cards, and one of them has to be Giant Rex, not only you summon Snow, but also you can special summon your Giant Rex as well. Hell, you can even go for like attack, and then maybe face do XYZ. Hell, you can even go with Moderna because they're both level 4s. The Strudos is a really good tuner as well. It's a pretty good tuner to play. If you guys want to know what the Strudos does, his effect says if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you could pay half your life points, target one level 6 or lower monster you control. Of course, it has to have a level, and it gotta be like level 6 or lower. Special summon the Strudos from your hand or graveyard. And if you do, this card's level is reduced by the level of that targeting monster. Also, place this card on the bottom of the deck if it leaves the field. And of course, you can only use each effect of this effect of the Strudos once per turn. So it's pretty cool, you know. So the Strudos, like for example, let's say you have this in your hand or graveyard, and let's say you have a level 4 monster, right? So you target a level 4. Special summon the Strudos, where Strudos level will be reduced by 4, and it becomes a level 3. And then you can even go for a level 7, like if you want to go for Michael, like if you want to go for Michael or your F.A. Dawn Dragster, you know, that's pretty cool as well. So the Strudos is a really good card, and of course when it leaves the field, you know, return it to the bottom of your deck. So it's really good. I like it. And also if you mail the Strudos or a Snow, you know, you can use their effect from the graveyard, special summon it back as well. So it's pretty cool. So that's it for the monsters. Now we're going to be moving on with the spells. So for the spells, I do play 3 copies of Charger Light Brigade and 3 copies of Solar Recharge. So these are the spells I play. You always got to play these cards at 3. Charger Light Brigade, you know, it's a reinforcement for Lightsworn. You know, you send the top 3 cards for your deck to waiver, add a level 4 lower Lightsworn monster for your deck to your hand. Solar Recharge is a good draw power and melee. Discard 1 Lightsworn from your hand, and then draw 2 cards, and then send the top 2 cards from your deck to the graveyard. So it's pretty cool. And also, like I said before, if you have this card and Wolf, discard the Wolf, and then, you know, you just draw 2 cards and stuff like that as well. So it's pretty cool. So there's a lot of combos and plays you could do with these cards. So this is cards you always want to play at 3 in Lightsworns. Now for the 1-up spells that I play 1 copy of Foolish Burial, 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army, and the 1 copy of Monster Reborn to round out the spells. Foolish Burial is good for the extra mailing and stuff, like if you want to mail your Wolf, your Fairy Tale Snow, the Strudos, your Planespreader Zombie, your Destiny Hero Malicious, you know, any of those, you know, mail them, and then you get their effects from the graveyard and stuff. Foolish Burial really helped out this deck a lot. Reinforcement of Army, because most of your monsters are warriors. Your Lightsworn, you know, Raiden is a warrior, and Goblin Bird is a warrior. So this card definitely search for those cards as well. That's the reason why I play Rhoda in this deck, because remember, Raiden has the Lightsworn as a warrior, and Goblin Bird is a warrior. Monster Reborn is a really good extender, you know, for your consistencies in play, so it really helps out a lot, so it's pretty good. Alright guys, so that's it for the spells. Now we're going to move on to the traps. I only play 4 traps, just to let you guys know. So, of course, the first trap I'm going to show you is 1 copy of Lightsworn Judgment. Now, I play this card, you know, for JD, because what it does, you know, you can play, when you activate this card, you can place this card, you know, you can place this card on the top of your deck. If this card is sent from the deck to the graveyard by a Lightsworn monster effect, you can add 1 Judgment Dragon to your deck to your hand. Now, the reason why I play this is because I don't have cards like Chaos Space, which Chaos Space is a better card than this, but I don't have Chaos Space because that card is kind of expensive, very hard to get. So there are a couple of Chaos cards that I don't have because they're kind of difficult to find. So that's just to let you guys know. So Lightsworn Dragon, this card's pretty good because once you have like this or in your Lightsworn monster effect, like your rating or your Minerva, whether if you can mail the Lightsworn Judgment and then search for JD and stuff. So it does help a lot too. And the last 3 track cards I play to round out the main deck is 3 copies of Breakthrough Skills. Just for the negating an opponent's monster effect does help up at times. And of course if you mail this in the graveyard, you can get their second effect to banish and then target a effect monster and negate their effects and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Alright, so that's it for the main deck. Now we're going to be moving on to the extra deck, guys. So here we go. So the first card, we're going to start off with the XYZ monsters. And the first one I'm going to show you is 2 copies of Minerva, the XL Lightsworn. Minerva is amazing. You only need to play 2. 2 is all you need. What she does, detach 1 active material from this card, send the top 3 cards from your deck to the graveyard, then draw cards equal to the number of Lightsworn cards that was sent from the graveyard by this effect. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if it is in owner's possession destroyed by an opponent's card effect, so you can send the top 3 cards from your deck to the graveyard. Then you can destroy cards on the field up to the number of Lightsworn cards sent to the graveyard by this effect. You can only use each effect of Minerva once per turn. Really good card, and of course, the good thing about this card, it could be any level 4 monsters. It could be any level 4 monsters, like your Goblin Birds and stuff like that. And it's really good to summon. Hell, if you get Goblin Bird on level 4, first turn Minerva. Really good. And as far as the other XYZ I play 1 copy of Leviator the Sea Dragon because, Leviator really helps out a lot because there comes a times where you can go double Lumina if you have like 2 Luminas on your field and then use their their effects, and then you can go rank 3 XC, go for Leviator and then use the effect to like detach and then target a level 4 lower banish monster and then special summon to your side of the field. So it's pretty good. Leviator is really good. So that's it for the XYZ. Now we're going to move on to the Synchros. First Synchro I want to show you is 1 copy of Michael the Arch Lightsworn. 1 is all you need. You only need 1 of Michael. So Michael is really good. Of course, he has an effect where once per turn, you could pay 1,000 life points, target 1 card on the field, and banish that target. The effects and his other effect, when this card is destroyed, target any number of Lightsworn, other Lightsworn monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, and if you do, you gain 300 life points for each return cards. And of course, the third effect, once per turn during the end phase, your end phase, send the top 2 cards from the deck to the graveyard. So it's pretty good. So Michael's pretty good for the extra melee, and then banish 1 card your opponent control, and then the recycling effect and stuff in that way. Once you recycle and get all your Lightsworn monsters into the deck, not only that you gain life points, but also you can do the whole thing over again with the whole melee and stuff. So it's pretty good. All right. So as far as the other Synchro monsters that I play, I do play 1 copy of F.A. Don Draxler. Another level 7 monster. Don Draxler is good because, you reduce his level, and then, when your opponent activate a spell in the trap, you can reduce his level by 2, and then negate that spell and trap your opponent activates and destroy it. So it's pretty good for like, it's good for defense and also get rid of, stop your opponent from activating a spell and trap by reducing his level by 2. So those are the level 7 Synchros. Now we're going to move on to the level 8s. So here we go. So I played 1 copy of Scrap Dragon, 1 copy of Beetles, of the Diabolical Dragons, 1 copy of Cypher Frame Lord Omega, and the 1 copy of the Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon. So these are the level 8 Synchros that I play. Scrap Dragon, it's a really good card. Pop a card, you control, pop a card, your opponent controls stuff once per turn. Beetles, the reason why I play this card because he actually is pretty good. It does help this deck at times. Of course, he can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and also when it takes damage involving this card, it gains the attack points for the damage that you took. And of course, Beetles, yes, his Synchro material does require a Dark Tuner, but we do play Dark Tuners in this Lightsworn deck, and the Dark Tuners you're going to use to summon out your Beetles is Place for the Zombie and the Strudels. Cyclone Lord Omega is another good level 8 monster to play as well, because Omega is amazing. Like, it's pretty cool course of effect where, once per turn during the main phase, quick effect, you can banish this card and 1 random card from your opponent's hand face down, and then the other effect until the next standby phase, And then second effect, once per turn during your opponent's standby phase, you can target one banished card, return it to the graveyard. And then the other effect says if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one other card in your graveyard, shuffle both that card and this card from the graveyard into the deck. So it's pretty good, the whole shuffling, recycle, and also banishing one random card from your opponent's hand so that way they don't get a chance to use it. Helped out a lot. And then we got Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler is really, really good. I actually love this card. It's a really good level 8 synchro. His effect says if this card is single summon, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, and if you do, add one excavate light or dark monster from your deck to your hand, and then send the remaining cards from to the graveyard. And then the other effect says you could banish one light and one dark monster from your hand and select your graveyard. Accept this card, special summon it from your graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. And of course, you only use each effect of that card once per turn. So it's pretty cool, like it's good, like to get the extra mailing. And then if it's in the hand or graveyard, if it's in the graveyard, you could banish one light, one dark monster, either from your hand or graveyard, and special summon it back from the graveyard. It's really, really good. It's a really good card to play. I really love playing Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler is a really good level 8 synchro. So that's it for the synchros. Now we're going to be moving on to the links. So the first link monster I'm going to show you first. One copy of Curious, the Lightsworn Dominion. Curious, you only need one because one is all you need. Curious is a really good Lightsworn monster. Of course, his link material does require 3 monsters with the same attributes but different types. His effect says, if this face card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while it's in his owner's control, you can target one card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. And then the other effect says, if this card is linked summon, send one card from your deck to the graveyard. It's a Foolish Burial effect. And then the other effect says if this card is sent from the deck, if a card is sent from your deck to the graveyard by an effect, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So it's pretty cool. So once you link summon Curious, and then you use the effect to Foolish Burial one card, and then you can use the other effect where to send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard for the melee. There's a lot of combos and resources that you can do with Curious, and Curious is a very good link monster for Lightsworns. Alright guys, and for the rest of the link monsters that I play one copy of Underclock Taker, one copy of Nightmare Cerberus, one copy of Nightmare Phoenix, one copy of Nightmare Unicorn, and the one copy of Beauregard Dragon just to round off the extra deck. So I played the Underclock Taker because, if you have this with the Nightmare package, it really helps because, there comes a time if you summon out this, and then you can summon out your Phoenix and Sorceress, and once they're co-linked together, they cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects. So that's pretty cool. Unicorn is really good. It's a really good link 3 because, you want to, target one card in the field and shuffle it to the deck, which you're going to do. Beauregard Dragon, his effect cannot be destroyed by card effect, and his attack points is 3,000 as well. So it's pretty good. It's a very good link 4. And once you have Beauregard Dragon and JD, and then use JD's effect to destroy all the cards, Beauregard Dragon is not going to go anywhere because he cannot be destroyed by card effects. So it's really good. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for my updated version of my Lightsworn deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know. Tell me what you think about this deck. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. So don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe. Post your comments in the comments section. Tell me what you think about my updated version of my Lightsworn deck profile. That's going to be it for this video, guys. So this is Domingo Hero Network. All I can say is take care. Have a good day. Goodbye, everyone. And Domingo Hero Network is signing out. Peace.